All right, let's talk about dreams and thoughts. Where do your dreams come from, and where do your thoughts come from? Starting with thoughts, it's true that sometimes you can just decide to think about a project you have at hand, or something that is bothering you, maybe in your personal life. You decide to just sit and think about it and be like, what am I going to do about this? These are thoughts that you give yourself. But have you discovered that sometimes you sit and you start to think about something so distant from you? When I said so distant from you, I mean these are things that on a normal day you wouldn't want to sit down and think about. But then you're busy or doing something, or you're just seated in your house, and all of a sudden these thoughts come into your head. Or sometimes you even find yourself answering questions in your head or discussing with a being that you can't point out inside of your head. At that point, where you start to have this kind of thoughts, have it at the back of your mind that your thoughts is being given to you by somebody. Thoughts can be given by people who are into black magic. They actually do this for so many reasons. But one of the major reasons is to know your stand on a particular issue that they are trying to handle that may concern you in one way or the other. So just know that your thoughts have been given to you. Now, if you're ignorant of what is going on, they'll keep doing this to you and keep getting information from you about stuff. You understand? A lot of people use this, even pastors. You could be seated in the church and you're like, oh, I want God to remember me. And then all of a sudden you're discussing in your mind. You're saying your problems in your mind. And you wouldn't know it is your pastor who is into black magic that is busy getting information from you about what you really want them to talk about, so that you can now be like, yes, the Lord has remembered me. Well, let me put it this way. When you're thinking those things, you're still in the church and you're thinking about those things, you see you're answering questions in your head. At that point, it's your pastor, the person will be your prophet, where I be prophesy, tell you say Holy Spirit tell him, Holy Spirit tell him. He's the one ransacking your mind because he wants to know what is that thing that if I should prophesy about to this woman now, this woman go mellow, or this man, so that this man go mellow, so that anything what I tell her say make he bring, he go bring. If I tell her say make come so sweet, he go so sweet. There are so many other reasons why they get into your head. They can get into your head maybe because they are trying to steal your property. And then they can decide to get into your mind to know what your reaction is going to be when they steal your property. You understand? A lot of people use this. I remember on a very good day I went to fetch water. I wasn't really then I wasn't very much exposed to energy related matters this much. So I went to fetch water and this particular woman was there. And all of a sudden a thought came into my mind. What if this woman wants to fetch water before I say, you should go and fetch? I even done I'm here before I actually say she wants to fetch, I allow her. But then me, I was ready physically to get up and go and fetch my turn. Immediately I said it in my mind. The woman rushed because at that point, the person that was fetching the water was already rounding up. As the person was trying to come out, the woman rushed. So that fetch one was like, and then she said to me, come and fetch now. Two of us can be fetching together. I looked at her. I said, shy. So at this one, I asked me a question like this. So for my mind, I answer, no. From that day, I started being careful with my thoughts. You understand? So most people, before they can hurt you or do anything to you, they'll first of all get into your thoughts to know what is in your mind. The people that actually do this are people that are into black magic. Someone that's not into black magic doesn't even have your time. These people are the people focusing on their life. You understand? But it's those ones that are into black magic. Very jobless fools. They are so fearful. So before they do anything around you, they want to get into your mind. to know what your reaction will be, to know what your stand is, to know how weak or how strong you are. You understand? So the answer you now give in that your head when you are thinking is what will determine what they are going to do. You understand? So for instance, now this is somebody's you get a thought, and then the thought is like, what if this person here now walks up to you and steps on your leg? And you in your thought you now say, I will withdraw it and allow the person to pass. The person will do it. Because you've already said in your thoughts that if he does it, I'll just withdraw my leg. But for instance, that when that question came to your mind, well, in your mind, you answered and said, if he tries, I'll break his head, I'll do this, I'll do this. Let's just look at you and walk away. If your answer should be violent, the person will just look at you and walk out. That is one thing about people that are into black magic. They're so weak. So if you can learn to be violent when they start to give you this kind of thoughts, you understand? Like there was a day. This one is so personal. I'm not gonna talk about it. No, at least not now. You understand? So, but what I'm trying to say is that your thoughts are being given to you by people who are into black magic, and they give these thoughts to you for so many reasons. So many reasons. So don't ever think when you're with someone that is into black magic, don't think that your thoughts are private. No, your thoughts are not private. When you find yourself answering some questions or discussing in your mind, know at that point that anything you're thinking is not private. It's actually someone trying to get into your head to get some information from you about you, or about some circumstances around you, or about what your reaction is going to be towards what they want to do. So with your thoughts not being private now, you should not be careful. The same way you're careful about what you say, it's the same way you now have to be very careful about what you think, knowing that there are monitoring spirits monitoring your thoughts, seeking for a way to use your thoughts against you. You understand? Alright, so